is my channel, The Fancy Hat Lady Reads. I am wearing one of my fancy booktube hats, and today I am doing a book review. The book I'm reviewing today is Seven of Infinities by Aliette de Bodard, which is a science fiction novella published by Subterranean Press. It came out in October of 2020, and I received a digital ARC from the publisher via NetGalley. If you're unfamiliar with what Subterranean Press does, they do fancy limited hardcover editions of all of their books that are then also available via ebook. I actually read this about as soon as I was approved for it back in September, but then it's taken me a little while to get around to filming my review. Like The Tea Master and the Detective, which was also published by Subterranean Press, this is set in de Bodard's Julia universe, which consists in a lot of standalone stories that you don't need to read in any particular order. So my first thought upon finishing this most recent Julia novella was that it was great fun, which actually comes as a bit of a mild surprise. Aliette de Bodard's stories set in this Vietnamese-inspired space opera universe are always both character-driven and thematically rich, but the ones I've read are often quite melancholy. Seven of Infinities isn't without loss and heartache, moral uncertainty, and thorny interpersonal relationships, but at its core it's a tightly constructed mystery with a deliciously unfolding romance between two people who are each harboring their own secrets. As a side note, it's also a story that casually doesn't happen to have any men in its cast of characters. To be clear, there are men in the Julia universe. It's not like a world without men. There just don't happen to be any in this particular story. Our first protagonist is a scholar named Vaughn, who comes from a lower class background but is scraping by in respectable society as a tutor to a promising young student with the help of a memory-assisting device called a mem implant, which is meant to be the passed down memories of one's accomplished ancestors. But Vaughn's honored ancestor is in fact no such thing. She's a fabrication of Vaughn's own from her student days studying mem implant technology, an incredible testament to Vaughn's skill, but a scandalous secret that would destroy her reputation if it were to come to light. Our second protagonist is a mind ship, which in this world is a sentient spaceship with the ability to interact in human spaces by projecting an avatar, named the Wild Orchid in Sunless Woods, whom Vaughn knows as a highly respectable member of her poetry club. Sunless Woods should be well above Vaughn's social sphere, but she is also not who or what she claims to be. She's actually a famous thief, lying low with like her heist crew disbanded, trying to convince herself that she's not itching to get back into the action. When Vaughn's pupil receives a mysterious visitor who promptly dies on the spot, Sunless Woods comes to Vaughn's aid in solving a mystery that may start with a dead body but isn't, as it turns out, strictly a murder mystery. It's all tied up in Vaughn's secretive past. Of course, Sunless Woods is also hiding how very helpful the skills and connections from her secretive past can be in this context, and is also wrestling internally with how much she finds she actually cares about Vaughn. It's this relationship dynamic where both parties gradually deepening trust and attraction are hindered by potentially explosive secrets that inevitably come to light in a big climactic showdown full of all sorts of messy feelings. And if that is your personal catnip, I am here to tell you that yes, this book is for you. On a less fangirlish and I guess slightly more academic front, I think that this novella should really appeal to fans of last year's Hugo Award-winning novel A Memory Called Empire by Arkady Martine, because of some obvious parallels in themes like imperial space cultures, the cultural significance of poetry, and the science-fictional use of implanted memory technology as a means of preserving knowledge from generation to generation. But the lens through which de Bodard views these themes is quite different. Unlike in Martine's novel, the mem implants here are used by powerful families to maintain their hold on knowledge, power, and status. The story raises questions of who is worthy, not just of knowledge or family heritage, but of the social status that they can impart. But regardless of whether you read it for the big idea themes, for the relationship drama, or both, Seven of Infinities delivers exactly what I've come to expect from de Bodard's novella-length fiction. A story with more nuance than meets the eye that doesn't overstay its welcome. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. I haven't seen it getting as much hype yet as The Tea Master and the Detective seemed to when it came out, so I do hope more people will read it. If you've read this book, or if you want to, if you have any thoughts or questions about it, feel free to leave me a comment. Anyhow, I hope you're having a nice day. That is all. Bye for now.